Hi everybody, thank you for joining my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. That's going to be the red R and it's going to be in the bottom right. Make sure you have some comments, let us know what kind of videos you guys want to see next. We'll go ahead and get those posted for you. Now before we get started, if your unit is brand new or under warranty, please go ahead and call Ricoh Tech Support. Get a case started with them. You don't want to be messing around with the unit or tinkering or troubleshooting on your own. You don't want to void any kind of warranties. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to show you guys how to clean the bottom of the rods located down here, and that's going to be for a PF motor error. So if you get in that error, this is something that can help you guys out. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the platen, and we're also going to remove 8 screws. There's going to be 2 located here towards the left. Mine are already off, but there's also 2 on the front, 2 on the right, on the left, sorry, and then 2 inside the machine. So behind this plate here, if I open the cover, you're going to see 2 screws right in here. So remember guys, total of 8 screws around the bottom base, 2 inside. Okay, once we got those off, we're going to carefully slide this cover off. Now another thing that can be causing a PF motor error, it's going to be your accordion cover, also known as a baffle, also known as a shroud. What that is this part right here. It can bunch up like so and overlap each other, creating a PF motor error. Now the best way to clear this up, you get some alcohol, make sure you soak this nice and good. You're going to compress it by hand, and you're going to bring your table out. You're going to make sure the front of it is compressed, and you do that for 24 hours. Once that's done, you can also do the back one. This back one, there's one back here too. Same process, spread some alcohol on it, carefully slide this back, make sure it compresses as best as possible, and leave that for 24 hours. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. So the next thing we're going to do here, we're going to remove this shroud or the baffle. There's 2 screws right here in the front. We're going to go ahead and loosen up these 2 screws. And you're going to see this guy kind of shoot back a little bit. There it goes. So you're going to have some rods that are located inside the machine. These rods right here. So there's one in here, one on this side. Okay, what you want to do, you're going to get a lint-free wipe, and you're going to go ahead and just wipe that down all the way as far as you can. Get all the way in there. Now over time, these will get full of dust, as you can see, and that can create a PF motor error. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this side as well. And I put my hand all the way in there as far as I can. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this out. And you can see how that's full of lint, a little bit of dirt in there. Next, I'm going to get my Ricoh Type 1 grease. I'm going to use my finger. If you want to use gloves, go right ahead, or you can use an applicator. You just want to dab that on the very top. Okay, you want to put about 2 or 3 pea sizes on both ends of those rods, or on both sides. And you want to put just enough grease, but not too much. And once it's in there, again, you can use a little swab, or you can use your finger, and you want to just rub that into the rod. Now you want to make sure you want to get the top half of the rod. You don't gotta go underneath it. Just from this angle to about this angle, just the top half. Okay, once you got that all in there, like so, we're gonna go ahead and reattach the shrouds or the accordion cover or the baffle. You might hear those 3 terms depending on what text you talk to. I'm gonna put the screws back in. Now, if you can see here, I'm doing it just with my fingers here. Once I feel that it's tight, I'm just gonna do a quarter turn more, and that should be enough torque to hold that in place. You don't wanna strip these screws. So once I feel that it's nice and tight, quarter turn, and that should be good. Now after you did that, you want to go to your screen and you want to eject the table. Go ahead and close my cover here. Okay, as it's ejecting, you want to make sure you put your hand here on top. Make sure this is compressing correctly and it's not bunching up. And then you're going to put set. So you want to do that a couple of times so that way the grease gets mixed into the rods, gets into the little bearings down there. So after you've done that about 3 or 4 times, you can go ahead and put the covers back on and you can start printing. Alrighty. Now in case you can't do it by pressing set, you can go ahead and do it by hand. So you can pull it out nice and slow. You don't want to put too much pressure on this. There is a belt down there, and if you push this too hard, you can actually release that belt from its holding clip. So as you can see, I'm going in there nice and slow. Your machine might be off, so it might be a little easier than mine. Mine's putting a little bit of tension because it's on. But again, I'm going to go nice and slow on it. And once I've done that a couple of times, then I'm going to put my cover back on and then turn my machine back on if it is off. Now if your machine is on like mine, you should be able to do this by pressing set and eject. Alright guys, now that it's in there, I'm going to go ahead and put my cover back on. Now something's very important when you put this cover back on, you want to make sure this lip, it's overlapping the inside lip here. So you can get it from the inside and make sure it's overlapping. So you don't want to see this underneath here. You want to see it overlapping. Alright guys, thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to subscribe. Once again, that's going to be the red R towards the bottom right of the screen. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you guys want to see next. And we'll get some more videos posted. Thank you and have a good day.